To everyone who clicked on this video, you did so because you love the Four Knights of the Apocalypse, admit it or not. In fact, clicking on this video is proof that you care enough to stay on top of current events inside this manga series. You're also looking for commentary that can keep you conversed in a series just like me. This series resonates with you, and you might have some sort of inexplicable connection to it when thinking about it. It's not a bad thing. In fact, this is a point where you subscribe, because on this channel, the sole focus lately is to capture the art of this unbridled series, then explain and express appreciation for it like no other channel has or will. Chapter 244 is titled The Man Who Refuses to Talk, and I'm taking this as an opportunity to briefly discuss Lancelot. Today I'm going to attempt to tally every psyche crack in Lancelot's past in order to help us understand why he refused to let the battle rest with Galahad in this chapter. It's concerning to say the least about where this leaves us, so let's dive in. When the other knights of prophecy realize the possibility that they could be in arms against their own children, they cease fire. More accurately and more specifically, Tristan and Percival do not fight to win their respective battles, but to protect themselves and seek understanding about why they've been made an enemy, rather. They only attacked when necessary. Gawain didn't needlessly attack Lewark either. Although she fought back to win, she showed compassion throughout the fight, rescinding trash talk while still in sunshine form. And after the battle, she even opened her mind up to the possibility of the truth. While the other knights of prophecy seek peace, Lancelot demands total triumph, refusing to stop until he is the clear winner and Galahad suffers the consequences of challenging him. We see that Galahad is still on par with Lancelot's battle prowess, at least where Lancelot is currently, and seems to have tagged Lancelot yet again at the end of this chapter. We'll have to wait until chapter 245 to see how the conflict ends, but I think it's another stain on Lancelot's pedigree. According to Tristan, he's always had this type of dude inside him, and this can be evidenced throughout the manga so far, but he's an adult now and his peers are beginning to leave him behind in maturity. As I said before, Tristan has always had a childish demeanor throughout the manga, but he's since embraced adulthood while retaining his naive nature. Previously, it has been made an issue with Tristan, but the tables are turning and Lancelot's perceived stoicism is the very impediment to his growth. Now let me explain that further, because it's not entirely his fault. His stoic attitude could be a direct defense mechanism to all the trauma he's faced in his life. Out of the four prophesized ones, he's been through disproportionately more. His predicted undoing is rooted in a cruel combination of severe trauma, overwhelming guilt, and the psychological curse of his own immense powers. In the latest chapters, his mental defenses have been completely shattered. That's the underlying problem with this fight against Galahad. He's being pushed to his psychological limits. We can't forget, following the tragic death and departure of Percival, previous to the time skip, Lancelot completely fractured internally. He spent the 2-year time skip largely isolated in his room in Benwick, deeply consumed by depression. Because he wasn't the strongest, he carries a massive savior complex as the mentor of the group and intensely blames himself for failing to protect Percival, resulting in severe self-loathing. Lancelot also possesses the incredibly potent version of the fair race's mind reading ability. He doesn't just hear surface level thoughts, he absorbs the raw emotions behind them, like the dark impulses and the trauma of everyone around him, which means he's likely heard Percival's last agonizing thought. Now, could you imagine watching your best friend perish and experiencing his final thoughts as well as his emotions? Now, add that on top of having to likely experience everyone else's emotions when it happened. We can't expect a 16-year-old to recover from this so quickly, at least not without help. Remember Haumea from Fire Force? This sounds irrelevant, but if you haven't seen it yet, let me explain very quickly. Stay with me here. In Fire Force, Haumea is the second pillar of the White Clad and a primary antagonist serving in the right hand to the Evangelist. She is a heavily manipulative, electric-wielding pyrokinetic who leads the White Clad cult I just mentioned. Her overarching goal is to trigger the Great Cataclysm by gathering all 8 pillars to engulf the world in flames. She's similar to Lancelot in a sense that Halmea's connection to the evangelist allows her to tap into a collective unconsciousness of sort of like humanity, and on top of that, to see the future. Now that's key because similarly, Lancelot's journey is heavily intertwined with a future predicting phenomenon, magic, that's super rare, and it's most notably held by Guinevere, whom he has a complex relationship with too. And her knowledge of events to come plays a crucial role in the plot. And so far, Lancelot is the only person who knows about this. They both have access, Lancelot and Haumea that is, to read minds, emotions, and get a small look into the future. Both Haumea from Fire Force and Lancelot from the Four Knights of the Apocalypse share the distinct role of being incredibly overpowered, enigmatic, and the Dos Ex Machina figures of their respective universes who act as guides, but harbor hidden, potentially world-altering power. So I bring up that Haumea reference because that helps us understand where Lancelot is and just what he means to the plot. But I want to explain the Dos Ex Machina because that literally translates to God of the Machine, which is a plot device wherein an impossible event or conflict reaches an abrupt and concise resolve. I have to explain that one because Lancelot would normally be the character to offer that, but he just can't seem to get the upper hand on Galahad. It's not like this is an impossible situation or conflict, but at the moment it is a mind-blowing one. I mean, they're fighting the adult versions of their own children, which shouldn't be possible. My point is here altogether is that you could argue Lancelot is more important to the story than Percival himself is, if not just as important. A deuteragonist, as they call it. They hold equal narrative weight, no matter which way you slice it. And the problem here is that he's supposed to be a protector and supposed to be in a role where he offers a tactical backbone for the group, yet he hasn't done so since the fake Camelot arc during that fighting festival where he revealed himself the first time after the time skip. Normally, he's shown to be at the peak of the everyone's strength, just the peak strength in general, and wields it with an unparalleled composure. But in this chapter, you can see him hanging on to dear life, trying to still be that guy. Currently, it doesn't help the group. Kath is back, and the group cannot afford to have any mental episode by any member of the group. And that's where I'm going to leave it for today. Chapter 245 should be out in a couple of days, and I personally look forward to seeing if anyone's going to step up and force these two to put their differences aside in favor of dealing with an immediate and a neutral threat. I think if somebody were to step up and put these two aside, it'd have to be either Percival, or I honestly think Tristan can do it. And if Tristan did it, I think that'd be a testament to the last video I just did, which spoke about Tristan and Gawain respectively. But if you made it this far, give a like on the video, and I'll certainly be making more content just like this one. And let me know in the comments what you think about where Lancelot is trending and where you personally think Lancelot is at mentally with everything he's battling. As always, y'all, I appreciate you, and take care.